Would there be any overtaking at the Dutch Grand Priz at Zandvoort? Well, to find out, I'm going to jump on the F1 2020, the brand new F1 2020 game, and we're going to run around Zanvoort. So this is the first F1 game the first officially licensed F1 game, I should say, to feature Zanvoort with the changes as well, the banking to the final corner. And, well, having seen it, I don't think there'll be much overtaking. Having seen the layout, I think it might be fun to drive, not going to be much overtaking. Unfortunately, it has been cancelled for 2020. The official Grand Prix has been cancelled. So we're going to find out on the game and we're going to see if there will be any overtaking. So first of all, we're going to go into quali just to get an idea of our pace relative to everyone else, because that's an important factor to figuring out if we can overtake anyone. So you can see we're in the Ferrari. It's one of the fastest cars in a straight line in this game at the moment. So yeah, so in theory, we should be able to have lots of overtaking, should we, in the fastest car in a straight line. But P7 at the moment, you can see in the top left, we have done a 1 minute 11.099. I will say that I did do a bit of practice on this track, but certainly I'm not fully up to speed with it. Obviously I know the layout and I know the braking points and everything like that. But you know, just the lines and the exact speed for each corner, I'm just not quite there yet. There's definitely some time to be found, which is evidence in this session. So currently the AI are on 104, so 104 AI. Normally I raced on 105-ish. So it's around where I normally am, but as you see, I am a little bit off the pace. We're down in P7. We're not really able to beat our lap, are we? We are struggling a little bit. We're only 10th off our best at the moment. And, of course, our teammate is ahead. I believe our teammate is in 4th or 3rd. Must be 4th, I think. So we are a little away. We are Sebastian Vettel, but we are a little bit away from Charles Leclerc. And you see that in the top right, we just managed to gain a little bit of time back, trying to take the final corner best we can. And hopefully you would have seen this lap wasn't a bad lap. It was an okay lap, but just clearly I'm just not up to pace. There wasn't any mistakes as such. I just need to drive faster. There isn't any other way to say that. So there we go. Sebastian Vettel actually qualified down in P10, 1.5 seconds off the pace. But more importantly, the figure that we need is, was it 9/10 or so off our teammate? That's the figure we need. But what I've done now is I've reduced the AI down to 100. So we've gone from 104 down to 100. That should roughly get rid of all of that time. So I now should theoretically be about the same pace as my teammate. But more importantly, we're faster than the cars ahead. So we had the race start there, jumping up the inside of a couple of cars straight away, getting the move done. But oh, there's actually been a contact on the exit and more contact there. We caused a virtual safety car. And that was just me thinking that they'd left me room on the outside there and thinking that the move was done and drifting out wide and they were still there. So that was my bad. But we did manage to gain a couple of positions off the start. But of course, the start is, you know, everyone can gain positions off a start. That's not indication of whether you can overtake on this track. But we've got a VSC for now. And I was just mentioning, so I should theoretically be faster than the cars I'm around right now. I should be roughly on the pace of my teammate. You can see him just ahead there, Charles Leclerc, up in P4. So this is going to be a good test because I'm now in a faster car. I've got the same tyres as everyone around me, but I'm in a faster car and I should be faster than these guys. So I should, if the overtaking was easy, I should be able to overtake these guys. Certainly Perez ahead. Maybe not Albon, not sure about Albon, but he's got Ricciardo holding him up at the moment. So we should better get past a couple of guys here. We should be quicker. So coming around the track now and coming in towards the 3rd sector. Very tight through there. There's very much one line through there I found in my practice. You can't really do anything about it. So everyone's going slow. You just have to wait. And we've got Sergio Perez nice and close out. So we want to engage, overtake us, which is able to get hugely alongside it. But oh, wow. Squeeze us right into the wall there. And I think that will happen in real life when we do eventually get a Dutch Grand Prix. I think that will happen. We're going to dive at the inside of Sergio Perez, though. Get it all slowed down, but he's squeezing us there. We actually could back out of it there because our front wheel was hooked in his back wheel. So wasn't ideal there. We did manage to get through, but I think both of those things we just saw probably will happen in real life when we do eventually get a Dutch Grand Prix. I think that final corner will be a bit dangerous. There'll be some people that try to go on the outside with a bit of a better exit. And then they'll just get squeezed into the wall by accident or by purpose. I think that will happen, and it very nearly happened to me. I backed out of it just in time and then did a dive bomb up the inside. But again, Perez just tried to squeeze me onto the curb on the inside there. And because it's a game we managed to get through, in real life there would have been a bit of a crash there. And one of us would have taken a spin, or one of us would have backed right out of it. As I said, unfortunately, I was not able to back out of it because my wheel was hooked in his back wheel. But anyway, coming down the back straight now, this is a DRS zone. Once we get DRS enabled, I'm just now pushing hard to try and catch the cars ahead. So you can see Charles Leclerc, it's probably a little bit quicker than him at the moment, but we have got Daniel Ricciardo, who isn't in as good a car as me. Alex Albon, debates out on that. I've not really done some huge amount of testing on the individual team performance in F1 2020, so can't comment on that at the moment. And we actually had a full safety car deployed then. Full safety car deployed on lap, well, 2, coming into lap 3 of this Grand Prix. You see the safety car on the inside there actually just coming through, and everyone's slowing down. Everyone's slowing right down. I don't know if that was Delta or the safety car confusing them. Albon is oh wow, the safety car just tried to turn in on us there. That's distracted us, pushed into almost into the wall, onto the grass. Managed to get it back on the track nice and safely there though. That was a bit messy, but we got through it. Skipping ahead now to the end of that lap. We have decided to pit. It is a little bit early. We're planning on pitting on lap 5, maybe 6. So coming in on lap 3 is a bit early, but we'll have another lap at least behind the safety car, which will save our tyre life. So we should be okay to get to the end, but our tyres will be a bit more worn. Now, initially I thought, why have I just pitted there? Well, this is an overtaking test. But actually, it is a good thing because now we are going to have fresher tyres than the cars around us, just showing the pit exit here of Zanvoort. We are going to have fresher tyres than the cars around us when we do eventually catch up to the pack. So you can see nobody else has pitted. Everybody else is still out on their soft tyres that they started on. So we've now got a faster car than everyone ahead of us, and we've got fresher tyres. So we now should be quite a bit faster. We should be able to overtake nice and easily if the track allows. And Norris there, we get a bit of a jump on him, but not quite able to make the move stick. Are we going to take a dive on? We are indeed. They'll brake very, very early indeed. So we lunge up the inside and say thank you very much for those 3 positions there. That, of course, is more down to the AI in this game rather than this circuit itself. So now will be a good test. Now everyone's up to speed. Nicely going to try to go on the outside of Antonio Giovinazzi there, which we managed to do, I think. We're still along the outside of him. Yes, we have. Nice clean exit. Right around the outside of him there. And I do think that is a genuine overtaking opportunity in the real-life Dutch Grand Prix when we do eventually get it. I think it's not going to be easy, but I think because of the huge amount of camber, there is a couple of lines through there, and I think that will be theoretically possible, but only if you've got a big delta to the car ahead, as in you're a lot quicker than the car ahead, just to be able to stick close enough between through the previous corner. So anyway then, that's one other position dealt with. Up to P13 at the moment. Got Kimi Räikkönen up next. You see in the bottom right just flicking on the overtake button. When it's orange it's not enabled, and when it's green it is enabled. And this again is just a very much look at that. I'm just not able to go any quicker. That corner is very much single file. There's no way that you can get through there. Someone's slow ahead, just have to deal with it. And we've got Kimi Räikkönen up next. We're nice and close to him now. We should better get past with ease if we can get some good straight line speed. This time we got the inside after what happened with Perez, and I got squeezed to the outside. We're going to try and get past both of them. Bit of slipstream here on the Williams. Not sure who that is. Going to try and go on the outside of him, braking very late, which we managed to do. The Williams is one of the worst performing cars in this game. I can tell you that for nothing. The jury's still out as I'm recording this at least. This is before the Austrian Grand Prix, so I've not seen that yet. Not seen the relative performance of each car that I'm recording this. So anyway, that's a couple of positions dealt with there down the pit straight, which was nice and easy. We have got the fastest car in a straight line. Bit of slipstream as well. We saved up a bit of ours. Rich fuel mix. I was able to get past them. And again, that is something that they will have in real life a little bit. I think the overtake mode isn't quite so variable as it is in this game. By that I mean, you know, when one of them's using overtake mode, the other one is. You don't normally see one car flying past another, do you, in a straight line? So I think that effect is a little bit small in real life. But of course, you know, they can adjust their fuel settings, their engine mode settings to give them more power. But anyway, up to P10 now. This is where we qualify, don't forget. And again, we're around cars now that have started the race. They're now gone to lap 7 on their option tyres, on their soft tyres rather. So very old tyres. We've got brand new tyres. Yes, they're theoretically a slower tyre, but they're newer. Ooh, a bit wide there, a bit of gravel. Theoretically they're slower, but because they're so much newer, they're actually faster at the moment. We've got a faster car. We have got a faster car than Esteban Ocon up ahead. And now we're going to take a massive lunge from miles back, just to test. And we did manage to make it stick. And Ocon gave us just enough room. He's very gentlemanly there. I think in real life, you know, that is a bit much. That would result in a huge crash because they just wouldn't see you coming. You know, Max Verstappen does make similar sort of moves, but he doesn't normally go quite that deep in the corners. So, yeah, that one wasn't really an entirely fair test. But I just wanted to do it just to see what would happen. And we did manage to make it stick. And I think, you know, you can have a lunge into that first turn. Not quite as extreme as what I did there, but I think it is lungeable. But again, you saw down the straight there without DRS, I wasn't really gaining on him much. You know, I was using full power of everything, and I just wasn't really gaining. The straight isn't really long enough for slipstream to really matter without DRS. So I think DRS is going to be important, running a bit wide there. And you see, this is a good example here. I am faster than Daniel Kvyat in his AlphaTauri. I have got faster cars, faster tyres rather than him. But I'm just not able to get through. I think, you know, that last couple of corners is a couple of corners that I am a bit slow on at the moment with my lack of practice. But, you know, I've spent a whole lap behind these guys, and I'm just not able to get through. You can see I've caught back up to them straight away, and there's just nothing I can do. There's absolutely nothing I can do. I've just got to sit in their slipstream, sit in their dirty air, rather, and just hope they make a mistake. I think in that middle section, there's not a lot I can do. Here, that's overtake mode. Oh, wow. I realised at the last second that they were going to go into the pits and managed to avoid a huge crash. But we make it stick, and there you go, top left. We are now in P1 of 18. That is our safety car. Bit of ingenuity. That's probably overstating it a little bit, but a bit early on the safety car. So that's enabled us to grab P1. We will wait for now to see what the gap is going to be to Max Verstappen. Top left, 5.7 seconds to Max Verstappen. And now we skip just a couple of laps later, and he's got all the way back up to us. He is over a second lap quicker than us, and he's already caught us. So that just shows you the pace differential. And now we've got quite the opposite. It's not can you overtake at Zanvoort. Now it's can you defend at Zanvoort. So we are going to go off board for a whole lap just to see how close Verstappen can get to us here. And again, now the roles are reversed. Verstappen is leading this race. He's got a faster car than us. He's a faster driver than us. He's got fresher tyres. So now he is quicker than me by how quickly he caught me. 1 to 2 seconds a lap. A lot of time. But at the moment, he's not able to get through. He has only just caught us. He did get some DRS down the start-finish line, but wasn't able to quite get up close enough to us to have a lunge. But now we're in the midsection. You see, he's close to us. But with the dirty air, he's just not able to do anything about it. He's very close now. But again, it's very much one line through here. It's not really a braking point into there. It is, but it's very much a trail braking kind of corner. This is another DRS zone here. So he is going to get some DRS. He is very close to us, but we just go to the middle of the track a little bit there. See, wasn't even able to get alongside us. And this, as I've mentioned a few times, is very much single file. There's absolutely nothing you can do through there. And coming now to the final corner. So there you go. That's the in-lap of, or the infield section is the word I'm looking for, of Zanvoort. And as far as I can tell, unless you're probably over a second, maybe 2 seconds a lap quicker than the car ahead, you just can't overtake in that in section at all. Now, the start-finish rate is a different matter, as we will start to learn as we go through this race. We skip ahead now to lap 14, coming on to lap 15. See, Max Verstappen is close behind us. He's just 3 tenths back. We went a little bit wide there, make a bit of a mistake, which is going to help him hugely. He's now less than 2 tenths behind us, and that is going to be the key thing, I think, with overtaking on this track. You need a little bit of mistake to help you. I've also run out of hers, and there you go. He's just flown past us. We're going to absolutely dive bomb him, though, which is a bit... That dive bomb was a bit fairer, I'd say. That's something that Max Verstappen probably would pull in real life. And we just wanted to dive bomb there to continue this test. He would have just pulled away comfortably, and that he would have won the race. So we want to continue this test, and here he comes again. Similar sort of thing. We've got a bit more hers to use this time, though. We defend, and he's not going to be able to go on the outside of this turn, I wouldn't have thought. And we would just squeeze him out on the exit, even if he tried it. So there we go, and coming through the next couple of corners, he's getting a look. Yes, he's had a lunge. He's had a lunge. We have a little lock-up. He's had a lunge. There's lots of contact. And that was a bit messy, and I think that also will happen in real life. And he's actually still alongside us. Hold on a second. I think he might have just got a bit squeezed by us and backed out. But we'll go back to the point in a minute. Look at what's going on here. The Mercedes and Red Bull are battling hugely. This is not a corner you'll very often see a car running side by side, but we were just a bit of a cork in the bottle there and holding everyone up. And I do think we'll see what Max Verstappen did to us in real life there. He will just, there will be cars that just lunge up the inside. It's not really an overtaking point, but, cars will go for it. It's just inevitable. And actually, Bottas, was it Bottas? No, it's Verstappen. No, it's Bottas, sorry. So both Mercedes managed to get past Verstappen, which we missed there. And Bottas there, and we got her inside. We just, again, dive. So, again, this corner, I think, is key because there's one line through there. You can do what I just did there and brake so deep into that corner. And then, after that, it's just one line. So as long as they're not, past you by the time you get to that apex, you're absolutely fine. You could just cruise around there at snail's pace. They're not going to be able to go on the outside of you. They're not going to be able to get a better exit. Not enough to get an overtake done for the next corner. And as long as you're ahead into that first apex, you're absolutely fine through there. So that DRS zone is going to be very tricky to get any moves done based on my tests here. And I think really the only corner that you're going to be able to get any overtaking is the start-finish straight. And to be honest, this game, the dirty air is not as strong as you see in real life. So you get more dirty air on the final turn and you'll be probably over a second back, I would say. And it's going to be difficult. I think once we do eventually see this track in real life, which will probably be 2021 by the time we see that, I think it's going to be difficult. I think it's going to be very, very few overtakes. I just can't see all this section, all through here is just single file. This braking zone barely is a braking zone. It's just trail braking all the way in, just holding the car. Then it's on the power. This is a DRS zone, but it's very short. See, Bottas is very close to us here. And he's going to try it. We're going to defend the inside, and this is what I'm talking about. You can just, as long as you're first to the apex there, you can just crawl around here. If you don't run wide, there's no way they can get past you. Get the exit, and that's it. And Mercedes are side by side. This corner, I said in the game, it does present some overtaking opportunities onto the exit, but I think in real life, It's a medium speed corner. The dirty air is going to be too strong. I think they're going to be over a second back through that corner, and they're just not going to be close enough. But we will see. Anyway, we do manage to take the win in that race. In my first race, that was the first race I've ever done on the Zanvoort circuit on this game. I managed to take the win with a bit of aggressive defending, should we say, with a few dive bombs that we made. But that was a good test run, though. I think we have just shown that. I sort of just summarised on the last lap, didn't I, that overtaking is possible in the game. I think once you add a bit more dirty air, it's going to be very, very tricky. I think realistically, without a ridiculous dive bomb, overtaking is going to be incredibly hard. But anyway, there's Sebastian Vettel up on the top step of the podium. Will we see that this year? Have you already seen it this year? As I said, I'm recording this before the Austrian Grand Prix, so maybe he wins the Austrian Grand Prix and you guys will be like, hey, Vettel's dominating this season. He's already the world champion. What are you talking about, Alex? But anyway, good to see him on the top step of the podium in his last season with Ferrari. There we go. Confirmation of results. 13.9 was my best lap. Charles Leclerc, my teammate, his best lap was a 13.0, so he was quite a bit quicker actually in that race. But again, with the difference in the tyre strategy, I suspect I was probably a very similar pace to him, so that was quite a good test. And you see that best lap, I was over a second lap off what Lewis Hamilton can do, so that's a huge amount of time. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hopefully you found it quite useful. Do not forget to subscribe. Don't know why I've said that weird. I'll try again. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. There you go. And I thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.